Hello, this is NDS83. Wow, look at that. Fancy, huh? I'm a ghost! Yay! Actually, that's pretty nifty. Well, anyway.
No, you're never gonna get it, so you might as well forget it. No means yes. I got what you want, boy. I got what you want. I got what you want, boy. You never.
So I've studied feminism in university, and the reason why I studied feminism in university is that I wanted to know it. I studied feminism. The reason why I studied it was to get to know what feminism is. I've never seen myself as a feminist. I never will, but I don't think I would be lying if I said that feminism is getting more and more dominating in day-to-day discourse. And I needed to understand what the hell is happening. What is their ideal? What is their end goals? What do they want? So yeah, I have knowledge of science and how it works, and feminism is falling under what is called the soft science. If you want a quick history lesson, feminism, as feminists understand it, started in the 1700s or 1800s, I guess they call it. In Norway we say 17th for the 17th. In English you say 18th for the 17th, which makes no sense to me, but there you go. So in the 17th, during the French Revolution, the first wave of feminism started with the French Revolution. That's what I'm trying to say. It started with the French Revolution, where women and men fought side by side to kill the king and kill each other and execute and all those horrible things the French Revolution did for equality, freedom, brotherhood. And then suddenly, when the French Revolution stopped, the gender roles was reversed back to its original shape, where women went back to their houses and did cleaning and men went out working. And then some women said, hey, we fought alongside you, why aren't you our friends anymore? Why aren't we allies? Why aren't we fighting together anymore? Why do I have to go back to the kitchen and make food? And so that was, according to his feminist historical understanding, also the genesis for feminism. One of the most famous and first feminists around the globe was Mary Wollstonecraft. She was the mother of Mary Shelley. Mary Wollstonecraft was her mother. So Mary Shelley, who the first writer who wrote science fiction, which is, I guess, kind of bullshit, but still, whatever. Her mother was called Mary Wollstonecraft, and she was the first feminist writer of any real value or something like that. I don't know. Point is, she wrote books and how women and men are the same and stuff like that. If I had to choose my favorite feminist writer, it would be Virginia Woolf. I think she's one of the most interesting ones. One of the reasons being that she talked about art and how art should be written by women. And I thought some of the rules she lay out for women could apply to men as well. Like, you shouldn't write bitterly. Even though you felt oppressed and everything was bad, you shouldn't write bitterly. And she also gave an interesting account of something called the Shakespeare Sister, where she said that if Shakespeare had a sister, she could not be as good as him because of how things were. I remember that clearly because it's a Smith song also called Shakespeare Sister, and I'm pretty sure it's based on that text, which is called A Room of His Own. which actually weren't a part of my university study. I read it completely on my own because I've been fascinated by Virginia Woolf for a while. Because I have one of my favorite movies are called Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, so I need to know who that woman was. I also seen The Hours, and I can always respect a woman who kills herself. You shouldn't be watching this channel. This channel isn't healthy for you. The next feminist, I guess, would be a woman called Alexandra Kollontai. I don't know how known she is in the US, but in Europe, or at least in Norway, she was pretty important. And she wrote a bunch of things, and I think perhaps I found her the most interesting because of her radicalness. The other ones were like, you could digest it, it was okay. But Alexandra Kollontai, she really seemed to hate everything that was the Western world. She wanted to destroy everything. Basically, I would say that if you read Brave New World, that was her utopia. And she really felt that was what she wanted, was a society where women and men were completely equal, and women and men was completely removed from their childbearing. She didn't envision like what is happening in the Brave New World with cloning and stuff, but she still saw the world as men impregnating women. That part was still the same, but she viewed that when the man had done his deed, he should go away. Love was keeping women down, and they shouldn't be like monogamous, and she should like so they should be only together for a couple of months, and then she should move on to the next one. And when the woman got pregnant, she should keep the child, and when she gave birth to the child should be given to the state. So it should be a state child, not a part of a family. The family should be gone. It was all about work and fucking. Work and fucking, work and fucking. Children should not be a distraction. Mind you, I'm not saying that all feminism is wrong. I'm saying that there's a difference between pointing out a problem and antagonize an entire sex, an entire gender, and deconstructing it to such a level that it just becomes perverted and vulgar, which I think most feminism is nowadays. Is you have to force men to pee while sitting, and abortion issues, and it's so vulgar, it is so dirty, it's so nasty. But the belief that women and men are of equal value is not something I at least would disagree with. But that doesn't make me a feminist, because feminism nowadays in practicality is the fight between men and women for power. Who should dominate the world? And they have sayings like women are better than men. Women are not only suppressed, but they are the fairer sex. Or actually, most people would agree with that, unless you're gay. And you're not gay, are you? Most people would agree that women are swell, and we love them so much. But in the end, feminism is basically a fight between the sexes. It's not about equality. It hasn't been for years and years. And the status quo is that women are the victims, even though men are basically the losers. And that is a reality, is that men are losers, but women are the victims. If a woman fails in life, she is the victim of she's the victim of patriarchy. What's it called? I'll write the word here. She's the victim of that. Anyway, whereas if a man fails, it's because he's a loser. He's stupid. And the same goes with other things. You have like the victim game, where you have like black people will fail because of racism, women will fail because of that word over there. Gays will fail because of homophobia, trans will fail because of transphobia, blah 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 blah. But if you're a white man, white straight man, and you fail, you're the only person that is who has no one to blame. I guess capitalism. I guess you could say that. Oh, capitalism is so selfish and greedy, and if you weren't living in a if you were living in a communist utopia, they would not fail. I guess you could say class, but usually we don't think like that. We think that white straight men fail because they are a failure, whereas everybody else has an excuse. And I think that's wrong. And you see that over and over again, that the highest suicide rates in the Western world are white men who kill themselves. And why they kill themselves, nobody cares, because it's white men. Women get all the children, even if they may be abusive and crazy, because women are right caretakers. But that's like one of the times when gender stereotypes are okay. Because it's okay for women to be seen as better than men biologically, but as long as you don't see them as worse than men biologically. So you have like women and children first. Nobody's disputing that. No feminist says, hey, if the boat sinks, there should be children elderly, children sick, children paralyzed. They say children, women first. That's fine, because then they live. But fairly, they shouldn't be like that. That's my point. And all of these pages says nothing about that. You know, it's all about how bad women have it, and how culture needs to change for women to be free. But I failed. And I'm kind of proud of that. Though I did not go in there to fail. I actually did try to study it. And I remember having such a headache. Every time I met for a group session and courses, I got this headache because not because I didn't understand it, because it was so against my world understanding. But I was very quiet, and I think that's why I got a headache too, is that I did not ask any critical questions except questions meant to clear up something. Never to like put them against the wall and try, how stupid is this? I just tried to be humble and tried really hard to just understand the review. And when I was there, I thought, better keep my mouth shut.
I don't need you, I don't need you, you don't see through, I don't see you. I don't need you, I don't need you, you look see-through, I don't see you, I don't need you.